The stream, it starts.
Yay!
And oh, what heights will hit, Amabel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if the show turns out to be shit.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Here is a URL. It's for you. Go Jam and Earl. URL is Earl. That's why I took that step entirely in my head. I realized after. Okay. But first, Patchwork. Everybody loves Patchwork.
That joke only really works because. Sorry, I'm stepping on your line. Please,
no, go ahead. It's too late. The thing is stepped on.
That joke only really works because of the Norman invasions of England. Because otherwise, an Earl would be called a Jarl, and it doesn't sound like URL at all.
But I don't care about an Earl. I care about a space alien whose name is Earl.
But his name would be Jarl.
His name would not be Jarl. His name would be Earl. He's not named Earl because of anything about Earth. He's never been to Earth. Are you?
No, you're right.
Are you skeeting this or what? I'm trying to.
I am.
I'm trying to reskeet you before we start playing the game.
Okay, hang on. Oh, this is so complicated.
You've got the entire works. There's so much salt you've thrown directly into.
Okay. Hey, it is stream time. Join us for the.
Sure, you literally could just send the link. I mean, like it doesn't need to be a whole thing.
Oh, I'm making it a whole thing, but in a special way.
Okay.
That you won't even know until later.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that means. It sounds menacing.
It is. Thank you. All right, it's your turn.
Okay. I got that done. Now I'm looking at the thing. I can see the stream chat. Okay. With my setup, my incredibly brittle 3-monitor setup, where I have to have like 14 windows open to run this damn stream. I can't see the chat for reasons until I finish reskeeting the thing. So that's what I was waiting for. Okay, this is rough. This is a bad set of starting tiles. You had a much better selection.
Oh, I know. That's what I was like. I'm gonna get some income this time for once.
Sure. All right. Let's just lay this on there. So we're still playing. Listen, it's November. I know it's November. We're still playing the scary version.
Well, yeah, obviously.
For obvious reasons. I'm gonna take this piece and put it down over here, causing me to cross the thing, gain 1 eyeball. And then I'm gonna take this thing. And I'm gonna put it down. It is a little bit of an inconvenient shape, isn't it? Because like that's almost a good fit. And this, the empty tile that this would leave is just far enough out that it will be a real problem. Because it'll block any 7x7 we might want to make. So I probably shouldn't put this down this way. But I do still want to take this because it is just like a lot of coverage. I mean, I could just do this thing. I'm just going to do this thing. We'll figure it out.
You have 3. You took 3 things.
Yeah, I am doing a whole different strategy than I did last time.
Okay, yeah, no, you had a really good turn. And hey, I can't play any of these things.
What if I fully disregard the idea of income and I instead just take the maximum squares per time unit?
I'm thinking now.
Is that what that smoky smell is? Got her.
Yeah, I have to just do this again. Okay.
It's a great question. Why do they even make non-Halloween versions of games? It's like why do people even make food that isn't breakfast food, right?
I mean, some people are really into Arbor Day.
I don't believe you.
Oh, so now I can actually take this one, but it takes all my eyeballs.
Yeah, these are some expensive pieces.
I don't care for them. But, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But this is what I'm doing.
Okay, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to pick a thing to play. This this really large piece here is hard to pass up, but it's also, gosh, that's an awkward shape for the situation that I'm in.
Yeah, everything is awful. These all suck. I hate them.
It's a good challenging game of Patchwork. Yeah, I don't even know how to begin with this. Like, that feels like a terrible play. But I certainly don't want to create one of these like tiny little like limited size and shape eyes, because we'll never fill it right. Unless we're looking directly forward at something. But it's hard to predict what Amabel's gonna do.
That's always difficult.
She's a real maniac.
Most time when you play games with someone, you'd be like, well, what's going to be the best move that person can take? And try to play against that. But you don't know that I'll take the best move. I'll probably take who knows what.
I'm doing this. Amabel, you're a maniac like Rowdy Piper.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a joke that's just for us. So we've been watching our way through It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We just got past the episodes where Rowdy Piper plays a washed-up wrestler called the Maniac, which was a delight. He was a charismatic dude, that Mr. Piper. I'm sure that's not his real name.
Oh, that's not gonna... Oh, that's just not the right size. That's sad. That's sad times for Amabel.
See, once again, you've started this thing where you're like kind of building your block in the middle and leaving room around the edges. And I'm trying to build from an edge into the middle. And last time I said, hey, I think the thing you're doing is smarter. I should try that. And then I didn't. And then I just did not do it. Well, too late now, I suppose. How do I make anything out of these? I mean, okay. If I advanced, that's a lot of space to advance. How many eyes you got? You have 6?
Yeah.
So if I just took the advance, well, because these are fillers for sure, like they cover space, but I'm a little concerned about the gaps that they leave, the shapes of the gaps that they leave. You know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this little 3-piece here. We're just gonna tuck it in there.
Oh, I wanted that so badly. I
apologize. Not like, a lot, but a little. I feel a little bad. So this is for... Yeah, okay. So we're gonna put this like here. I mean, I do feel like I've got a lot of space covered. I do not have a lot of income this game.
Yeah, and you took the other piece that I worked on. And I can't do any of these, so I just have to advance.
That's correct, yes. I was very careful. I was very careful about that bit.
I have a lot of eyeballs, but it's not helping me much.
Yeah.
I have almost no coverage. I've done terribly this game.
So I actually also have to advance. But I advance onto the patch.
Oh, come on. Cheese and rice.
Look at that. Look at this strategy. I did a strategy.
Yeah, no, you're doing great. I am
Thank you.
doing miserable.
Your board is very fun to look at. You have a cool set of colors. I do think that like the Halloween pieces are just the coolest looking pieces. The other versions of Patchwork do not create quilts that look this good. You know?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I am inclined to grab this thing. That fits right there.
What is she taking?
That. It's a nice fit. It seems to go, you know, seems to go into place pretty good.
Afford the one I want. Oh gosh darn it.
So at this point, if I'm trying to get like the 7x7 going here, let's say, we have a couple of major chunks to fill in. And if I'm trying to be efficient time units wise, I think this is actually one of the better. Oh, I only have 5 eyes. Never mind. It's this or nothing. It'll be this. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize. I'm so used to, by this point in the game, having enough eyes to purchase the pieces that I want.
Gosh darn it. What I really want is that 9-2, and I just can't. I don't have enough eyes, and so I will do this. Alright, I get another action. Well, okay, I can get this. Can I? I have 3 eyes, so I can't get the 4, 6. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? How is stuff for people? Welcome to the pre-stream. We're chilling out before before Amabel takes a sort of a blast to the past. There are basically like there's a couple of big areas of gaming history that I feel like Amabel's a little bit left out of, sort of, just due to the times at which she was playing video games. So I'm trying to like fill those in for you.
Yeah.
I hope that you know comes across and has been like fun so far.
It has been. Yeah, I've been enjoying that.
Okay, this L shape is pretty good, although I'm a little torn as where best to place it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, the plan is to fill in like this block right here. And this does some pretty efficient work on that front. I think we want to do this. All right, you jumped way ahead, so I have some time to figure some stuff out here. Unfortunately, I also only have 2 eyes. The spookiest creature of all. Can you imagine? The horrifying thing with 2 eyes. Alright, and now we're going to have to just advance because I am fully out of currency. Okay, job offer. Big changes. That I can see that being scary. You know, break a leg though. I don't know what the new job is. There's some jobs where it would not be a good idea to say the other thing, you know. I come from the theater, you have to understand. What's it like to get all the little patches? Just all of them all the time.
Yeah, it's all right.
Seems fine, whatever. It's no big deal. Okay, so this would give us quite a lot of the remaining coverage. My biggest concern here is being able to fill in this space though. I feel like a lot of the kinds of tiles that fill in this bit here are gone already. So I do wonder if maybe I'd be better off picking something that gives us a little bit more room underneath it. You can see how like more of these fit into that space. But honestly, like it's all pretty bad. It's all, I think at this point, I've set myself up for failure a lot. If I took this, a thing that can fit even into the corner is like so far off in the distance. I think the extra little bit of space is actually going to be, as much as it is leaving one additional tile uncovered, the extra little bit of space is going to be really helpful because it lets us just tuck this in here right away. Oh, nope, never mind. For some reason I thought I was going to stop. I didn't count the spaces correctly. I thought the next pick was going to be mine. Oops.
So all these are going to make it your turn next, regardless.
Okay, yeah, that could be a stressful position, depending, obviously depending on a lot of factors about the place. Oof. Okay, that is, maybe that was the piece that I wanted. Perhaps. Hard to say. Who can really tell? Okay, so if we, what do I have? I have 10 right now. If I pick this up and tuck it into the corner here, that should move the stone to there. Wait, what are the values on that? 2. Yeah, no, I think this makes sense, right? Because this only moves us forward 2 spaces, but it also moves the tombstone to here, which means that I can then grab this thing, tuck its weird little corner in like this, and that, my friends, is a 7x7.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I was getting close.
You were. I was getting a little worried. This thing where you managed to pick up all of the... You're just building shapes out of the extra patches. Had me a little concerned.
All right.
And you're going to get the last patch too, which is a little annoying for me. Because I actually, what's left on my board here, I'm going to have a very hard time filling in the rest of these spaces.
Yeah.
And I did it to myself.
I think I can grab this one.
Yeah, actually, no, it's really bad. It's really bad. Well, even with me having the 7x7, I think there's a chance that you're going to win this based just on the amount of space I can't fill. Because not a single one of these pieces will go on my board at this point.
I'm feeling pretty good about this one, yeah.
So I advance. And then I will advance again, and my income is not so great. You have so many income. Amabel, are you a ringer?
I don't.
Did you show up to the stream just to embarrass me at Patchwork over and over again?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's like a 12-point victory for you with me having the 7x7.
It's not showing me the score. Right? Oh, there
What?
it is. Where's the score? I have 7 points.
And I have -5.
Okay. It doesn't feel that impressive.
No, that was really well done. You did a really good job
Thank
managing
you.
your sort of like the tightness of your shape versus the income you were picking up.
I do okay with this one. We played another Rosenberg game. We had to cover a board with Tetromino's Feast of Odin, which is a little more complicated.
I don't know what you're talking
I would say.
about. Feast for Odin's it's a gentle sort of a light to medium light.
But this where is just focusing on this. Like I can do this well. I can't do any of the other stuff in that game well. But I can put shapes together. I've been putting shapes together for a long time.
I'll tell you, they have Feast for Odin on BoardGameArena, but it does not have the expansion. And apparently, the expansion is fully completed, has full approval from the publisher and everything. They just need a BoardGameArena employee on the back end to flip the switch, and the guy who programmed the mod has been like prodding them about it for months, and they just won't. And that's really annoying because I feel like the expansion makes that game a lot better. I'd be very, very eager to play it with you some on BGA once it has the expansion turned on.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? I was about to do the thing. I was about to move on to the real actual stream without mentioning, hey, look at that. It's the music. This is the music for the pre-stream. You know how we do. Relaxing lo-fi beats from the Relaxed Movement. Because these are the lo-fi beats that don't give me stomach pains. I've tried others. You know, you have no idea how many hours I spent in the last couple of weeks looking for copyright-free music, because I was going to start doing, a BoardGameArena series and everything on top of always looking for new music for the stream. And the other lo-fi beats, Splenda. They're all made of Splenda. It's terrible. It's horrible stuff. Anyway, back to the gas cave while I get this set up.
All right.
So this is a puzzle game. Amabel says she kind of knows what this game is, but has not actually played it.
Yeah, as far as I remember.
So there are old games. Hey Eric H, thanks for stopping by. It's nice to see you. There are old games, right? These are like the way older PC games. And then there's this period where you stopped playing games that sort of coincided with this big surge in indie development, like the surge of indie games into the limelight.
Yeah. So what?
And World of Goo is a game from that sort of period. World of Goo is maybe a little bit earlier than a lot of the games from that period. Like World of Goo came out in 2008 originally.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of the Meat Boy Spelunky Braid kind of surge of indie games, the potato sack games,
Potato sack.
Well, I'll explain that to you some other time after I've looked it up to make sure I'm not making a fool of myself by misquoting history. But basically, it was an event that Valve put on Steam in the run up to Portal 2.
Okay.
Where they distributed pieces of they got a bunch of indie developers to distribute pieces of puzzles throughout their games that would lead to Portal 2 ARG elements and stuff. It was actually really neat. I don't think they've ever done a thing like that since, because it seems like it was just a huge amount of work, like an insane amount of work, but it was rad. It was rad when it happened.
Yeah, the point I got back into video games was 2009 ish. So it was just I probably just missed a lot of this.
Okay. I'm gonna nudge the volume here just a little bit, and then we're gonna do a little parsec here.
Okay.
That's how
we're I'm parsecing in. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the thing on my phone so I can look at the chat.
Okay, sure. That makes sense.
This part of my job.
Could we have figured this out ahead of time? Made this smooth? Sure, but then Amabel would have known what was going on ahead of time. Can't have that.
Yeah, no, we don't. We generally don't want me to know what's going on. It's
it displeases me.
Yeah, if you like to keep me in a state of bewilderment.
this is kind of a fun bit, but it also kind of makes it sound like I'm committing emotional abuse. And I would like to. I would like to.
No. That's not. No. That's not what.
I would like to clarify. From my point of view, that's not what's happening.
Okay, you are ready to receive my parsec?
Yeah, in theory.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Don't touch anything yet. Give me a second.
Okay.
I gotta configure a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so let's fade this over for the viewers, and then share some controls with Amabel. Move this thing to the foreground. Press this button, and then hey, there we go. I do believe Amabel, you got it. Can you interact with it? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Welcome to World of Goo. This is what happens when you launch the game. Nothing has occurred yet. So, are you getting the music?
Yeah.
Okay. I do like the music for this game an awful lot.
What am I supposed to do? I'm clicking. That's not doing anything.
Are you? That's clicking should do the thing. Could you click on the button at the bottom that looks like 3 people? Nope, not that one. There you go.
I'm clicking. It's not doing anything.
Okay, hold on. If you're not able to click, that's gonna make this more difficult.
I have cursor control. Like I can move my mouse.
I see that. Here, let me try something here. Your name is Amabel.
It is.
Hooray! Okay, try it now. Parsec, Parsec is a deep, dark magic, and there are times when it does not behave the way you would expect it to. I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna.
All right.
Okay. Try it now.
No.
Still no. Okay.
And it's weird because we definitely had parsec did, and I played games with a mouse before.
Indeed. All right, I have a new plan.
Okay.
I have a brilliant new plan. We're gonna jump back out here. I'm gonna remove you from my PC.
All right.
We're gonna turn the pre-stream music back on.
Okay.
We have a Steam family sharing going on across our machines. You could just install my copy of World of Goo on your computer and then feed it to me via Discord.
Okay. Let me do that.
It's a pretty small game. This should be a thing that's functional.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we're just hanging out at the
World of Goo.
Okay, so Eric H. also wanted to ask if we have any plans to do another game of Endless Legend within the series. Here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I was trying to figure out, like, how many of these are we doing before we move on to Endless Space. I would like to do at least one more, but because I do think, like, I want to see... So far, we've mostly seen factions that are, like, at least kind of operating in the general... kind of like normal, quote unquote, normal space of 4X behavior, and I'd like for her to get to see some of the weirder stuff, like the, the necrophages, or one of the factions that doesn't use one of the resources, or one of the one city factions. And if I think about it, and I'm just like, what if we hit every point I want to hit before we move on? We're gonna be here for like another 3 games. That's probably not a good idea. That's probably too much Endless Legend. But I would like to show you at least one more faction, at least one more different faction, and I think I'm gonna have to. My hope was that we could play my favorite faction, but they might just be a little too normal. At this point, we might do like one more game with one of the more mechanically like out there, maybe like the Mycera type factions or something.
Before we move on. I mean, okay.
Is there such a thing as too much Endless Legend? We do have other games to get to. My biggest concern is the series moving too slowly. So too much Endless Legend is mostly a timing concern for me.
Does it make sense to like do some alternation, like coming back and
maybe?
I definitely can
That's certainly a thing we
That's
could
very
do.
loud. All right, let me see if I can share this to you.
Okay.
All right. So first, I'm going to.
You might have to trick it.
Hang on, I actually can't hear you over the game.
Yeah.
What now?
You might have to trick it. The Discord screen share is a little weird with things that are full screen sometimes.
Yeah, and I don't see a way to change it from full screen. So
So
let me
can I
do.
tell you what I do? If you click
y-
in Discord, the little share your screen thing, bring up the
Hang on,
screen
I
that
still
says.
can't hear. Is so loud, and there
So
is no
turn it
adjustment.
down.
No, but I turn it down, then it turns you down.
No, don't turn your whole computer volume down. Turn down the volume of World of Goo
How?
in your audio mixer.
What is an audio mixer? Where
What
do I find that? I'm sorry. This must be so embarrassing for all the people watching. I'm not.
what I want
This
what I
is
want
just
you to
why I
do
pass
is
that
type.
into you.
Okay, what I want you to do is type volume mixer just into the search bar that's in your
All right,
start bar.
sound mixer options.
Yep.
Okay.
The thing is called the volume mixer, but yeah, when you
All
click
right,
into it, you will
I've
see.
turned that down.
Okay,
Sorry, this is.
so you can control the volume of things independently.
All right, so
All
I've
right, so
turned that down.
here's the trick. This might be useful to people in the chat as well. The trick for getting Discord to allow you to screen share a thing that is full screen is click share your screen. Get to that screen share thing where you have the applications tab selected.
Okay.
Click into your full screen thing, so it has
All right.
focus, and then
Okay.
Alt tab out back to Discord, and for a few moments it will be on that menu of applications to share. You just have to click it really fast before it disappears.
Oh. All right.
This has worked with everything I've ever tried it with, but it's very strange that you have to do it.
Okay. Did it work?
It looks like I think so. Yes. Yep. Sure did.
Okay, you got it. All right.
All right. Now I'm gonna pop this out for the people. We're gonna put this over here. We're doing basically like live surgery. Everybody, I hope this is cool
It's a
and
stream.
functional. Here's the thing about the internet. It's a goddamned nightmare. All right. Is there a way to just have the streamy part be the whole screen? That didn't really do very much.
I don't.
It's all good.
don't
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You just go ahead and play the video game. I will do the streaming
right.
surgery over here.
Drag and drop to build to the pipe. Wait, okay. Oh. What am I doing wrong? Okay, there we go.
You gotta learn the rules of the physics here, you know.
I'm trying.
This is one of those games where they expect you to just play.
Yeah. No, we call those games instead of games for babies.
So I think that's actually kind of interesting about this game. Let me do this. I think I've got this cut a little bit better. There we go. That looks more full screen to the viewers. A thing about this that I think is interesting. I actually, when this came out, because of the way that it starts like this, I just put the game down in front of some people in my family. I did myself a little study. I put the game down in front of some people from my generation and some people from my mom's generation, and without exception, everybody in my generation was like, they got to that first screen and they were like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna start picking things up and moving things around and, you know, figure it out. And everybody in my mom's generation was like paralyzed, just like, okay, so what do I do? And had to be one by one, like bit by bit instructed. There's no play desire. I don't know what this proves. It's a sample size of like 6 people, but I thought it was interesting at the time. Uh-oh, Amabel.
What?
The stream hiccuped. And I'm blaming you. Because it's
Alright,
your computer.
Well, I'm just playing the...
Yeah, keep playing. I'm nudging it here and there. I'm trying to get it to like exactly full screen. Okay. It's pretty close.
Alright, yeah, I'm going it.
You are indeed good at it. So you get the idea. It's sort of an architecture game with a sort of an unusual aesthetic. It's bouncy. It's attractive. It's got charisma.
Can you read this to me?
This cave looks like it's been undisturbed for thousands of years. Until now, when the pipe broke through the ceiling above, the sunlight must have blinded these rare albino goo balls. They didn't seem to notice when it began to snow. Maybe they would wake up if they had something to jump onto. The sign painter.
Alright.
So have you played many like construction games?
Not really.
There's an old pre-YouTube video game show called Consolvania that covered this in a glowing review and kept repeating this was made by 2 human men. They're at it. Huh. Consolvania. That's a little familiar to me. I wonder. Let me try to turn up. You turned the World of Goo down quite a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can...
It's alright. It's alright.
Wait, do I have them all? Okay. Yeah, I can tap to that pipe. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's... I've just been doing triangles, but I can do more than triangles.
That's true.
This is amazing.
Now, architecturally speaking,
Yeah,
triangles are like the thing, right?
I guess.
I don't really know a ton about engineering. Despite the fact that technically the college degree that I did not get twice has the word engineering on it. Listen, software engineering is a very different sort of critter. What do you think of this? What do you think of this vibe here?
It's a nice vibe. It's a nice chill vibe.
The ground shakes.
Okay.
So there's a certain like Don Hertzfeld kind of energy going on here, and I really like that music sting, which they use a lot. Oh, don't get me started, Stephanie. I will never stop complaining.
In my experience, she doesn't. No.
Open the gates and fly, monkeys, fly. But don't forget about me, okay? Sincerely, the sign painter.
Okay, here are my balls. Okay.
Well, okay, all right.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. That's a very normal thing to say here on the internet. I don't run ads on the stream, so we can't get demonetized in a way that matters.
You're not demonetizing in any way that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, come. No. Come. You're going to pop. Ah. All right. I still can't manipulate these.
So it seems.
All right. So what if I?
So you're moving the camera entirely with the or not entirely, but mostly with the arrow keys instead of edge panning?
Mouse wheel.
Mouse wheel. Oh, wow. That would not occur to me.
What did you do it with? What would you do?
I was just edge panning.
What is edge?
Just move the cursor to the edge
You're
of the
going to get demonetized.
I told you, we don't run ads.
If you're edging properly, you should not need a pan.
Amabel, I am the pan.
That's true.
I never do anything without a pan. That's a weird font. That definitely looks like it says Goo Balls Collected B.
Yeah.
But you know, if you just move the cursor to the edge of the screen. Speaking of getting demonetized, let's all take a trip to Fisty's Bog.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Not too high, not too low.
Oh, I don't.
And however much lube you have applied, it's not enough. I know you think you got there. You didn't get there. Fisty swore he would never be like those tadpoles that grow up and shoot colored gems out of their mouths.
What?
This might be a reference to another game that was popular at the time. I don't really know. But he wondered what it might be like. The sign painter. So this is Fisty, your friend Fisty. Yeah, edge panning. Pop a time bug to go back in time by one move. The traveling sign painter. Okay, so note there are spikes above and below.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So I feel like there weren't a huge number of these like small scale, like quick level construction games at the time that this came out. It's a whole genre now. You got your poly bridges and your shoot. There's another bridge. I think the other game I'm thinking of might just be called Bridge Constructor, the one that has the Portal DLC. Oh,
okay. Wow.
Careful. So you see the little white sort of will-o-wisp with eyes? That's a time bug. You can just click on that if you want to undo whatever your last placement was.
Yeah.
And you'll generate a new time bug every couple of placements, I think.
All right. I'm very bad at this. This is something I am learning.
Yeah, one thing I'm sort of wondering, like I'm talking about games is like oh dear. Okay,
I will pop that time bug. All right. What if it's here? Is that better? Okay. You're talking about games. What now?
Yeah, the original Bridge Builder. Andra says that they remember the original Bridge Builder being kind of popular before this came out. So this may be a thing where I've just like was not focused in the right places. But also another thing I'm thinking is, I wonder how many of the games of this sort were basically were more like Flash games prior to this, and then this is a this is a proper native application.
No, that's still okay. What if? No, what? Give me the balloon. What if I tie it to the same place as that one? Okay, it's a little better.
Yeah, you gotta be careful how much force you're applying, like right at the tip. That's a good life rule, just kind of for anybody.
Yeah, no, I...
Also, you're definitely... Oh, no. You had a... Oh, dear.
Okay, well, I'm...
You could go back a couple of placements. You have, like, 4 time flies. Maybe back even one more.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe even one more. So careful. Every time you add structure, you're adding weight, right?
No, I understand that. I'm just
Okay.
doing it badly is the problem.
So given how droopy you are here, perhaps
I mean, or can I maybe... Okay, quickly. Yeah. I didn't think about moving the balloon. That was...
all right. Here you go. You're all like, no, I get it, and then you just keep adding weight.
Listen.
I want you to consider that when I point something out to you, that I might have a point that I'm making.
Yeah, I hear the point. I'm just not doing a good job. This is the thing. Sometimes you're like, maybe you should listen to... I am listening. I'm just maybe not getting it, or I'm just maybe bad at games. The thing. How about that? What is this?
This is Tumblr. It's a website where people talk about the character they made up for Sherlock, is my understanding.
Okay.
And then they ship him with himself.
This here, then when it...
Okay, you're
Maybe.
constructing some sort of... Ooh.
Alright.
How would you describe the thing that you're building here?
I don't have a strong... Okay, well this is maybe it needs to...
Sort of a bouncy prism of nightmares?
Yeah, that's a good, all right, let's...
Or maybe it is a nightmare, the nightmares themselves that are bouncy, more of a prism of bouncy nightmares. Oh,
I did not mean to disconnect that. No.
so what words do you have to say to the sort of the budding architects out there? You know, children watch the program.
I mean, just first of all, follow your dreams, and it doesn't. Thing about architecture,
Yeah.
is that people act like it has to be some highfalutin thing, or that, you know, if you're not, don't worry about not being good at it. Let me tell you about an architect who was bad at it.
Okay.
His name was Frank Lloyd Wright.
Well, with a name like that, how bad could he have been?
Well, he was asked to design a doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, and it was the worst doghouse. The dog didn't want to be in it.
Okay.
He did some other buildings. They're pretty good. The doghouse was bad. So if you can design a better doghouse than Frank Lloyd Wright, you can do anything.
Did he
Follow your dream.
Did he put a lot of like effort and money into the doghouse?
No, he put a lot of pretension to the doghouse. And the thing about a doghouse is that generally it should be unpretentious.
I mean, some dogs are pretentious. I think you just got to know your audience.
Yeah.
But my experience with pets, with dogs and cats, really, has always been that the more sort of like effort and money you put into a thing, the less likely they are to want to play with it.
Well, then, no, those won't. No, I did that wrong. I'm making it worse.
You did sort of shear off a fully functional part of your design there.
I'm back here. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. How about you?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You had it for a second there.
I'm kind of. Oh no! Oh, come on.
That's pretty okay. No, well. Oh dear.
No, that was wrong too. Okay. All right. So you get all right here, right? And then let me grab this guy.
I think the lesson here is stay in school, kids.
All right. I'm just okay. I got 8 of them.
You did it. 8. You know what? 8 is what they wanted. 8 is good enough, I guess. You know, if that's all you feel like getting, that's fine. You're absolutely allowed.
All right. Let me do the next.
So you went to all the trouble of getting through Fisty's Bog, and then you were just like, "Yeah, I'm done with this. Done with this
I'll go
part of
back,
the."
Back to 50's bog.
If a goo ball falls into a well 10 meters deep and climbs up 3 meters each day, but slides down 2 meters at night, will he still look fabulous in the morning? Maybe if he were to brace against the walls as hard as he could leave the ground behind. Your friend, the sign painter. Some winners are bigger than other winners. Look in each area's menu for more important information. With distinction, the sign painter. What a curious notion.
And you said to brace against. Okay, I mean that makes sense if I can.
Did you just send me a picture of a house on Discord?
A doghouse? Of the
doghouse
doghouse I was talking about?
Aren't you supposed to be playing a video game right now? Is this why you were turning the signs over so slowly? Because you were conspiring to send me this picture of a doghouse that nobody but me can see?
Well, maybe you can share it later.
All right. So, do you just have no interest in the thing the sign painter was saying?
I'm also getting against the ground.
No, that.
You said
the upper sign. You know, the one you just read.
The thing about the winners. Okay, where is the menu for the area? Is this thing the menu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
The obsessive completion distinction.
See, I'm generally not. I generally don't care about that kind of stuff. You were right. I did not have interest in that.
But I made you think that you might. So that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I think what we're learning here is that mine is a greasy and powerful charisma. So how's your plan going?
I don't really have a. I think it's obvious. I don't really have a plan.
Don't you think you should?
Probably.
Okay. All right.
All right. What if I take this? All right, and then yeah. Okay, I can do this here to make it a little. All right.
Oh, okay.
Let me grab this one.
It is certainly wobbly.
Wobbly's kind of my thing, I think. that I'm doing in this thing. All right, now I need to.
Oh, okay.
No, I gotta like rebuild, like get it stuck.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to do that, and I'm not
I understand. I perceive it.
doing a great job there.
So you don't want to, you want to try not to remove any structural member who's part of the sort of the tension that you're trying to create, right?
Yeah, so let me actually just put. No, I can't. All right. That's not quite it yet either. Okay. How do I get? I want to get it wedged against here more, and I can't seem to.
Well, just think about all of the different physics interactions simultaneously.
Yeah.
Just really consider the push and pull of each strut.
Bottom. All right. And I can.
The ways that you are allowing stress to be distributed across the structure. Okay, that's doing something. That's holding pretty tight.
Yeah, the thing I have to build and unbuild is neat. This part's neat. Oh, what? Where'd you come back here?
This is certainly a very different sort of task than you're going to receive in most of the construction games that exist. Most of them are about, building some kind of structure to complete a task, like on a budget or with a certain, like a limited amount of materials.
Yeah.
And they follow much more real world type construction rules, even the ones that are sort of science fiction-y, like the Portal DLC for that bridge builder game.
All right. So if I take this, okay. Calm down.
Of my favorite, I've played a few of these constructor, the constructor type games that I'm talking about. Of them, I would say my favorite is probably like Besiege. Over the sort of like the more straight laced bridge builders. Or Teardown, I guess if you count Teardown.
Teardown.
Yeah, Teardown's kind of as the name suggests, it is in many ways more of a destructor game than a constructor game. But it does so in some, I think, some pretty clever ways. Okay, you're getting some height here. How close are you to the pipe? 2.9 meters. I mean, that's not so far out.
I'm sorry it's taken so long. I feel like I'm taking a long time.
Sweetie, you're just playing the game. Just do you.
Okay. But what if we are making an entertainment product?
What if we were making an entertainment product? What if we ever did a thing that a person could be entertained by? Ooh. There was some movement there that I was not comfortable with.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but okay, but everything below like, here is basically what I do.
Very close.
Yeah, but I'm trans, so it takes a little longer.
Amabel, that one wasn't even an innuendo. Okay, now you just have to actually get 2 out in order to. Well, okay. Put that down as a piece of structure instead of an escapee.
I was trying to get. Okay, is that how that works? Okay, I was not aware of that part of the game. Apparently,
I mean, you can see that the ones that are structural don't go in the pipe.
Okay.
Oh, look at this! What happened to I don't need any obsessive completion distinction.
I don't. How many was I supposed to get for obsessive
2.
completion?
Oh, for 16, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not getting 16. 82 moves. That was
It will
not optimal.
the OCD thing, which is not my favorite thing for this to be called, but
No.
the upper scoring objective is very often every single one that it is reasonably possible to save. The Goo Balls were excited to explore the mysterious pipe system, even if it meant traversing ridiculously contrived terrain. One of the Goo Balls seemed to say he felt like an armadillo. Moo! Love, the mysterious sign painter. This was, to some degree, still the period of the internet humor where it was just like random equals funny, non sequiturs. Non sequiturs are automatically funny, just sort of by their very nature.
Mm-hmm.
It was a period built on the backs of some some good, talented, absurdist comedy projects, and then lots of people were just like, well, I could do that, and that's how you end up with your Penguin of Doom type nonsense. Everybody thinks that they're the funny one, and everybody's always wrong. Anyway, how about this, Amabel? How you doing? How you feeling?
Well, I tell you.
Yeah, please do.
I never know why it only does 2 instead of 3 binds for a thing. I have not figured that out yet. Whereas 1 triangle instead of like 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't care for how much this wobbles near the...
It does. Ooh, oh no.
Okay, well, let's no, come back. Ah. All right.
Okay. So sometimes you can get a construction play to work just by going fast. Too fast for it to have time to hit a saw. Ooh, this has created a situation.
Yeah. I am not a fast player, though, is my problem.
Yeah, and it's not always it's just sometimes it can be the play. Other times, going fast will definitely destroy everything.
Come here. Come here, you dingy thing. Come here.
And I would say, oh, nice. Made some contact here. You got some weight on this side. Well, I gotta tell you, I think this is quite well done, actually. I remember this being a very frustrating level for me. And you managed to get that done very quickly.
Thank you.
And it looks like with friends to spare here. I'm trying very hard to sort of move around the obvious innuendos.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm sure the OCD on that was like 50. Some absurd value. So the thing is, I don't know that you really needed to go both ways around this. I feel like you could have
I am that kind of completionist, where I
Okay.
want to...
All right.
This is why I have so much trouble with playing Mario 3 beforehand. Oh, try to read this.
Go as fast as you can. They're stronger than you think. They will have to work They will have to work together to climb very high. A real tower of goo. Some of them felt like they had done something like this a long, long time ago. But things were more experimental back then. The sign painter. So that is a reference to the fact that like the seed idea was just basically like these building mechanics, but the whole game was just built as high as possible. And I think it was originally a Flash game. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. It's possible I'm just making stuff up.
What was that game that you showed me with the tower with the goat?
I might be wrong about things, but I also might be lying to you on purpose. Who would possibly know? The tower with the goat. Can you give me a little more?
You recently showed me a playthrough of a game, multiplayer game, where you make a tower of people and there's a goat you climb on at first.
Yeah, the goat is the thing that stands out to you. Not the huge swinging dongs. Mount Your Friends, by the way, for the people who are not familiar. Mount Your Friends is the name of the game. Feel free to look that up on Steam. It's a fun party game.
Oh,
Fun sort of a tower constructing party game, but tower constructing in a very different sort of way. So what I'm thinking here is you might want to all right, hey, listen, don't let me...
What?
I'm just saying, if you're thinking about, like, building a really tall structure.
Yeah.
There you go. You're widening the base.
Yeah, I mean, the tall structures I'm aware of.
If you want the structure to have the kind of stability that it would need to really sort of like penetrate the atmosphere here, it's going to have to be sort of flared at the base.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Let me actually...
Still avoiding the obvious innuendos, obviously.
Yeah.
This thing where there's just like a weird bite out of the right side of your structure has me a little concerned for its stability. Oh boy. Hurriedly going back a couple times. All right, a little bit more strength, but a little bit more weight. All right, counterbalancing weight. Get it leaning the other way a little bit. There is some point at which it's just like you make a mad dash to try to get suction going, because once the pipe really clamps on, let me tell you, that'll keep it up. You won't have to think about it so much anymore.
Oh no, I'm
in fact, at that point, if you don't want it to be up, you're gonna have to think of baseball or I don't know. Remember, this is not a mandatory level.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip out of this one. I'm not gonna.
You can just take the lower path around it. Balance. Balance. Look at these friends. The goo balls on this side didn't seem to like the goo balls over there on that side.
That's because they butter their toast on the wrong side.
I don't know. They look the same to me. Totally delicious. The sign painter. Well, it's almost like he can't even see that some of them have stars on their bellies. That's the funnier version of that reference, Amabel.
No, I think the Butter Battle Book is a funnier version of that of the reference than the.
See,
the
but you can't.
Speeches.
But you can't. If the sign has just said the word "side" 3 times, you can't then also be like, but it's because they butter their toast on the other side. The repetition. Come on.
No, see, I think the Butter Battle Book is a stronger metaphor for things.
Just stuff in general.
Yeah.
Amabel, your ridiculous taste in Dr. Seuss stories is going to land you in The Hague one of these days.
Let me tell you about the 5,000 fingers of Dr. T
Okay.
and the women.
Sure, a Richard Gere classic.
Dr. T and the women is such a weird movie.
You could probably cut like that and some kung fu movie together. Really end up with a fantastic product. Amabel, I can't help but notice that you're trying to drag that orb like through solid stone a lot.
Is that what the problem is? Okay. Is this better? Okay. Is this better? Okay.
It's almost as though you're not really thinking about these goo balls as real things. You have to honor the physicality. Look at this heroic rescue. 127 hours eat your heart out. But he gets rescued, right? Presumably. I didn't actually see it.
I haven't either.
Heartless. It's really cold-blooded.
Yeah, come back here, buddy. No, get out of there. Let me get the...
I do love the goo sounds and goo talk that they make. See, I think this structure is really cute. Like the chain over the stack of
this
rolling.
Is really tricky.
They do some really neat stuff in this game. This is I think it's the fervor over it was well deserved. Really, I think that was true. Like a lot of the games from that that sort of like explosion of interest in indie games that created the indie game scene that we have today. I think it was most of it was really well deserved. A lot of those games are fantastic.
Come here.
I feel like it has become the fashionable thing now to kind of like shit on Braid a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that's mostly coming from a pretty anti-intellectual camp. It's just like, you know, people who want to be like, haha, metaphor, what are you, an asshole? Like, and it is a little bit tempting to sort of jump on Jonathan Blow a bit because he does make an ass of himself. He invites it. But I mean, I for sure would still say, of those puzzle games where you can't really play them again, where you wish you could have that first playthrough, The Witness is probably like the second best of those.
Yeah, I didn't get very far.
And even then, only because Outer Wilds is like such a sublime experience that I doubt I will ever play anything that lives up to it.
Yeah. I know this isn't... I'm sorry about Outer Wilds, sweetheart.
You don't need to be sorry about Outer Wilds. There's nothing to be sorry about. Uh-oh.
Oh, I do.
Oh, no, but okay, hold on. If you go into it, and then you hit the retry button, you see there's a skip this level for now option. They didn't want people to get terribly stuck. The little red arrow will remain there, indicating, you know, if you wanted to finish it, it still needs to be finished, but you can just move on with no penalty.
Oh, so...
Because they knew they made a hard game.
Yeah, so that's not for... I'm not, like, just talking about something the audience isn't aware of. I tried playing Outer Wilds, and I just can't with three-dimensional space, like space flight. So she's not able to share it with me.
But we're going...
Okay.
As the sun set over the last of the hills, one of the goo balls seemed to say that life sure seemed like a giant physics simulation. But as he fell into the spiky death pit below, he knew it probably didn't matter. Love, the sign painter. That's true. Like everything else, it probably does not matter. Oh.
All right, this is just kind of some bridging stuff.
Amabel,
What?
did you... There's the thing. It says, "Hello, this is Mom. Are you there? Are you coming home?"
Well, okay.
Amabel,
Yeah.
might there be plot?
I can't imagine.
Okay. The thing about the games for this period is that they are really not interested in how story elements interplay with ludic elements at all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this vibe as well, this sort of like the backlit sunset silhouette thing. I think they do a lot with the aesthetics in this game to keep it sort of feeling fresh, despite there not really being like a huge mechanical variety necessarily. Right, and part of that is just like well-designed challenges, because like you built a bridge already, right? You built a bridge across a horizontal space. But this doesn't feel like that.
No.
Oh dear.
Okay. Wait, what I wanted to do. All right.
Well, I think as you put more weight on it, that's gonna naturally get pressed against the wall, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're getting close to this.
Yeah, you're not that far out. Oh.
Almost there. Oh, come on. Come back.
Bounce back up one more time. Okay, nice.
Okay.
I like how much the springiness of them becomes like part of the strategy.
Yeah.
It's like, as a structural medium, these are terrible, but sure is helpful. All right, that is definitely more than 8 left over. Can I tell you what my favorite little goo noise is?
What's that?
I like it when they go, "Kamako."
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one. And who knows what all that fluid is? Let's all together not think too hard about it. Yes? Welcome to the secret. The last of the goo balls didn't seem to know that they were extremely delicious, or about the nature of the smelly pit in which they found themselves. They said something about this being the last level of the first chapter. Whatever that means. The sign painter.
I don't remember.
Do you get it, Amabel? It's It's like the inside of a person with the gears and the,
Yeah.
you know, how you have all those gears.
Yeah. I don't care for this.
Are you having trouble? You, the person making the wombat poop game.
I don't feel like we should talk about the wombat poop game.
Okay, all right, sorry. It's just that's a trade secret available only to those who follow you on Blue Sky.
It was funny to me that it grossed you out so much.
You have a mechanic where sometimes no, I don't want to talk about it.
This is why I said we were going to talk about it on your stream. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. Then we're both on the same page. Everybody follow amabel.bluesky.social. If you want to see, you know, news and updates about the wombat poop game, which is now what your game is called forever.
It's not.
That's what's going to skip. You can give it a different title, but that's the only thing people are ever going to say. I'm sorry, I'm just too viral for my own good.
I was going to call it like...
Oh no.
Press X to eat, press Z to poop.
Okay. I feel like press X to eat
you.
Sort of slides right off of that. People are only going to call it press Z to poop. Oh.
It's a block pushing puzzle.
Yep, it is certainly about a way to push blocks. Oh. Oh no.
What am I? Okay. Oh wait, that's okay.
What?
Is this is not a this is a structural thing?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, I just did not. Person should have swallowed some time flies while they were at it.
But you don't need time flies. Because you can't actually lose balls in this one. Right, the time flies are to prevent the level from becoming uncompletable.
Okay, but this is...
You... This is what?
I don't... Okay. We're gonna get you two people out of here. Maybe. I can't.
You really want to hug those gears, huh?
I'm not trying to.
I mean, you are placing the balls like literally on top of the gear teeth.
You know what?
I do. I'm sorry.
I'm trying my best.
And I'm here to support you. I don't want to. Ooh, I don't think you grabbed the ball you meant to grab there.
No, probably not.
You have a dangerous situation here where you've got like two layers of the structure overlapping each other now.
I know. I'm trying to not have that, but it's actually like quite difficult.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to harass you about it. I'm just. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's
wiggly. It's wiggly.
The shape of the streams and really all of the content on your channel, all the things on your channel where sidekicking, where I am also present, is about me harassing you.
And that's what the people want. You
This is a cruelty done on an Amabel.
Oh, I think you're making some good progress here. You got yourself held up. You might be onto something. It'll be a tight fit. You might have to leave some behind. But that's probably okay. We're all in it together. The sign painter was here, too.
Do these look delicious to you?
The goo balls?
Yeah.
No, but I suspect that like they do look to me like tapioca, like you know like boba balls, and a lot of people like those. I suspect I would not dig these due to the sort of particular sort of chewy texture that it looks like they have, and that's an autism texture aversion thing more than anything else. The depth of this of the figure you have constructed is really something. I agree that they look like they probably have a good flavor. I just like I can't bite into a thing that has the sort of like chewy, gushy texture that I think
with the amount of goo involved, I feel like to be like escargot. I don't care for escargot.
I have never had opportunity to even to think of such a thing. But you sure are doing this. Oh boy.
That's not what I meant to do.
Sure are doing this away.
Well, I was trying to grab him from the bottom.
I understand.
And I just... Maybe I'm not doing the best
What if you just like free up some of the ones from the bottom and let them move around on this instead of traversing the entirety of your structure vertically twice per ball? Just like free up some of the ones from the bottom and put them on the structure and let them wander the way they like to wander.
All right. Let me how do I do that?
Just let them go.
All right.
Stop scrolling. See, there you go. This is much more time efficient. You were really committed to the slowest possible path there. You have at this point completely detached it. That bit is just free hanging.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get them all.
The sign painter said maybe someone will have to be left behind, and Amabel was like, no, fuck that. In a manner very unlike most trans women, she was like, we are absolutely going to keep all of our balls here. Nothing, huh? That's just a dead air. All right.
No, I am trying to play the game well. Which is hard for me because I'm not an expert genius like you are for video games.
That's true. I am specifically an expert level genius. I don't know if you need to deconstruct the entire figure. Like, you see, you have a bunch of stuff to build with now. You're good. Hey, what's going on up here?
I don't. Oh, there's another sign. A lot of eyeballs.
They say this is the highest point on the entire island. As the sun rises, you can almost see forever. But I wonder what you might see if you floated a little higher with some new eyes. We'll meet again. The sign painter. I wonder what you might see if you... I hate to go around an object. It's always through with you. Never around. It was ascending so quickly for a minute there, and then all of a sudden... Is it caught at the bottom or something? No. Okay, there it goes. Weird. Yeah, it's super weird that it stopped rising. From very high up and with some totally huge new eyes, the goo balls could see very far. In every direction, they could see unexplored new islands, each crawling with undiscovered new species of goo. The gameplay possibilities would certainly be endless. The goo balls hoped a brave adventurer would explore their new discoveries. As they drifted higher and higher, they knew they would never be back. You did it, Amabel. End of chapter 1.
All right.
The Goo-Filled Hills. Chapter 2, Little Miss World of Goo. One of my favorite Spin Doctors songs.
Oh, it's the Spin Doctors is a band?
Yeah.
Are they new metal?
They are definitely not new metal.
My favorite thing to do is when I hear about a band I've heard about before is to ask her if it's new metal. She loves it very much. Tell people how much you love it, sweetheart.
I don't know where you heard about new metal. Whoever told you about new metal should be ashamed of themselves.
You did.
No, but you had heard of it before that. I'm back, and just in time. There's a drop of water dangling from that cliff. And I think it might be alive. Yuck. I'm not touching it. The long-lost sign painter.
I will touch the wall.
Look at this. Fantastic new kinds of goo. With its own each with their own fantastic new rules.
Let me get the water drop.
What do you need the water drop for?
Well, I dropped it, and I didn't want to...
Alright, easy.
Alright, get on there. Okay. Alright. Now we just need to, yes. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do.
Okay. This is very straightforward. Just don't kiss all the spikes.
I'm trying not to. So all the water. Okay, I see.
What do you see?
Well, I can't. Once I place the water drop, I can't interact with it again. So it's not like a goo.
Well, that's also true of most goo.
Oh. Well, sometimes I can I can unbuild them sometimes, though. You know.
Well, just particular. Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, let's. Oh, okay. All right. I want you. Get out of my way.
Okay, that's a pretty close start. Yeah, you definitely unbuilt the structure in a very, what I would consider to be a very strange way the first time.
Well, that's because I make mistakes a lot. That was not an intentional, I don't do it bad on purpose.
do you think, Amabel? Are you prepared to be Little Miss World of Goo?
I don't know. It depends on what the song you are making a reference to is. Is it problematic? I don't want to get in trouble.
You know, I don't actually know. I don't know the lyrics to that song very well. For miles around, there were reports of a giant spinning wheel in the sky. Everyone's crazy but me. The sign painter. I know this feeling. Somewhere on this island is a power source, and it generates electricity for the entire world. Lately, its output has been less than satisfactory. It looks like it's going to rain tomorrow. The sign painter.
Well, that's curious. Okay, I got some. Oh, that's the pipe.
That is the
All right. That's some situations.
a one, I might say. That is up to one situations.
Okay. Well, that's all right. All right. Does this? Am I moving it laterally at all?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you could see that. That was
Or horizontally.
Yeah. It was visibly the case.
I wasn't sure if my eyes were playing tricks on me. I like how this sounds like flatulence. That's very good.
It was very well expressed.
Oh, I want to keep it there, actually. Okay. All right. This is working, but it's a little busy work.
Yeah, I mean, you could be doing it faster. With more skill.
Yeah.
And precision.
I could.
Like a soup.
And can I
okay, I mean, you're pretty much in the area here.
There. Okay, let me put the balloons back on. And I'm gonna try. All right, so.
So what's your plan? Talk us through it.
So I'm gonna build down. Like I'm gonna build a thing going down, and then I'm gonna float it over to the spike area, and then and then I will remove the balloons to lower it. Some of the balloons to lower it down. That's okay. That's not okay. Here we go. All right. Let's just. No. Okay. Maybe this way.
Yeah, you want to be applying the lift more to the left side, right?
I'm trying. How? Okay, I'm okay. All right,
You're getting there. You're close.
Yeah, okay. Let me get some water drops. Water drop friend.
Sweet, sweet water drop friend. Okay, easy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they don't they don't seem particularly interested in cooperating. But you have done the job. Hooray, Goo balls collected, B. So how are you feeling about this?
This is all right. This is chill. This is fun. Also, little. Uh, I'm not great with some of the physics stuff. Thinking about like, I'm not someone who constructs things. I was always bad with like Lego and Duplo and stuff like that.
The windmills were supposed to be a source of cheap, clean energy to power the entire world. But they weren't enough. And a different source of energy had to be found. The sign painter. Curious. Ominous, even.
Yeah, I don't like.
I really like the
Any
the
of this.
design of the trees being blown here. I hate to keep saying it, but I just like the aesthetics of this game are they're so good.
No, I want. Okay, hang on. Let me grab. Okay.
And like really, it's made of fairly simple parts. It's just good art design, good art direction. It's remarkable what a strategy other than make it look as real as we can make it look will do for you. I'm not sure I understand fully what you're going for here with the.
I'm having a hard time parsing where everything is when
Okay.
I grab at it.
Okay.
I'm doing my best.
You're adding some lift, but then adding weight to counter the lift.
No, I'm not. Okay. Because the thing is, I need more like lift in a direction, and I'm not. It's just not lifting at all.
I mean, you're getting pretty high up there.
Yeah, but I don't want it high. I want it over. I want it to move over, and it's not really. Like, this just is not moving.
I agree.
So I need to build over this way. Not what I. No, I'm trying. Give me the balloon. Yeah, I don't. There's something I'm not getting here.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, I'm not sure what to do. There's something I'm not getting here. There's something that I can't break the thing.
Correct.
And I can't. Remove the balloons, but no, I guess I can't. I mean, get out of the way. Maybe it will fall over to us closer to the get out of the way. I need to get over to the right, so I need this thing to be able to move to the right or build over to the right, and because the water type guys are single directional and I can't like unbuild them. No, that's not gonna do it either. Okay.
Well, I mean, you
It's
were
anchored there.
yeah.
So what? Get out of.
So yeah, see, this is what are you?
I'm not sure. I'm now trying to build over this way. Maybe I don't. Ah, it let me grab the. Okay. Oh, this is a structure. This is not a
Yeah,
background element.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Ah, okay. Well, let's. So I actually need to go up and over. But how do I do that if I can't detach this? I only have so many.
Well, you have a tool for going up.
I have a tool for going. Yeah, I know that. I have a tool for going up, but I don't really have a tool for going. I'm just not. Put more balloons over here so stop getting popped. Okay. Now what do I do? And interact with the black goo. So what? What do I do here? From all a single point only goes that far.
Yeah, I think you've got that anchored probably about as high as it's going.
Okay, that destroys the drop. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can lift from the other side, but that's not really gonna let it go any higher. I feel like I'm missing something obvious.
I mean, it doesn't seem like you're missing anything.
I mean, I'm flailing around, so I do feel. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm flailing around. That does feel like I'm missing something. I don't know how to achieve the objective or move towards it.
So, like you're saying that, but you're literally doing it while you're saying it.
Am I?
Yes. What are you trying to do right now?
I guess get over the windmill, but I don't see how to do that.
But you 90% of the way there.
Am,
Look at how much you've done that. Like you have this structure that is that is of taller than it and most of the way draped over to it, and just keep doing the thing that you're doing.
which?
Right?
I mean, I guess I don't.
So you're gonna.
I mean, I don't know what to do. That's because if I build anything to try to drag it to the right, it's going to just kill the things. I don't have a way to detach it at the base here.
Right.
Don't have.
So that's not what you do then.
Yeah, and so I don't know.
So what is it that you are doing that's working? You're using these balloons to lift it.
Yeah, it can't lift any further because it's anchored down, and I can't alter this stuff that's been placed. Like I put the balloon here, and it is not. Get out of the way. Oh my god. Stop. Well. Now it's a little taller. I guess I can just do that again and then move all those balloons over again. Okay. I don't understand why this works, but I guess it I can't.
What do you mean?
I mean the thing I said. I don't know how else to express it.
Well, the balloons are lifting the structure. They're exerting lift on the node that you have them attached to.
Okay.
Where are you building to? Where's your pipe?
Where's the pipe is on the other side of this. It's down on the pyramid side of this windmill, and I gotta. Water drop. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated. I don't.
Well,
I'm
so
not trying to have a bad energy or anything. I just.
okay. So stop doing things and start thinking about how you're gonna reach the pipe. Because the pipe is there, right?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I could, if I can get the things to hang and not, because with the wind blowing, here.
Unfortunately, at this point, I think
I'm out of water drops.
Well, you've destroyed so many.
I've destroyed too many of them, yeah.
Well, and also just like you've done this thing where you've just like weighted your shape down with a bunch of. You're gonna have to retry the.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying to figure it out, and
You were doing it though. So I thought you were visibly much more on track than you were saying you were.
I'm not doing this one.
Okay.
No, see, when I say I don't know what I really do mean it. I'm not being cute. I
didn't. Okay. It allows only meticulously screened goo balls onto the main island. You can't be too careful these days. Especially since the power source for the entire world is located somewhere on this island. But Try not to snap the fragile worker cable. It appears to be made from heavily processed goo. The free sign painter.
Okay.
These should be used for legally acceptable fun and recreation, not for circumventing security systems. It's for our own good. The sign painter. So being told that a thing that impedes your process but has Freedom Scraper 3000 written across it is for our own good is definitely like a very 2008 sort of political satire. A secret disposal hole down this way. It's good for quietly disposing of unwanted visitors. The visiting sign painter.
That's cute. All right.
I'll tell you what, we've been going for close to 2 hours. Why don't we call it?
Okay. I'm sorry I got a little heated there.
You do this thing, and that's not the professional way to do that. Here we go. Look, everybody, it's the gas cave. There's the professional way to do that. Okay.
Just quit out of the game.
Here's the music. Here's the music. We're back. Yeah, that's the kind of thing World of Goo is doing. It goes places. It continues to go places. I think it's really cool. I think it was very. I think it was a neat thing. Aesthetically, still unmatched, except for by the company's other games, which also have, a lot of the same aesthetic vibes.
Yeah, what else have they done?
Well, they did a game called Little Inferno, which is a game about a burning things in a fireplace. Throw your toys into a fire.
Okay. That's pretty good.
They did Human Resource Machine, which is a sort of a simple programming game. Where you are the code blocks are like little people, and it has very much that same kind of vibe. And then, of course, they did make World of Goo 2. Which is a real actual product that came out like a couple months ago, I think. August. Now I haven't played World of Goo 2, but it is a thing that came out recently, and my understanding is it is just like more World of Goo, like they just went ahead and kept making as though they had picked it up right where they left off. Which sounds pretty rad. Provided that you were still, in the mood for more World of Goo after beating the 5 sort of basic worlds. I think it's pretty rad. Bryce, there is a whole plot line. The power source is not just something that is obliquely referenced. There actually is plot. The game does go places in a kind of a fascinating way, in a way that it didn't really need to, and a way that would seem a lot more novel to somebody who was playing it in its original atmosphere, instead of, in 2024 when people have been sort of like riffing on these same design ideas for 15 years. But yeah, I think that's the stream. This is the ending part. Let me put up the text for the ending part.
Okay.
Kabam. It's welcome to the post stream. It's the post stream part where we talk about the things that we think were rad. It's stuff you encountered in the last week, things you'd like to share, help somebody else find something that's awesome. So what kind of stuff have you discovered that is rad, that people might want to share in and also find to be rad, Amabel?
Well, let's see. I wouldn't say discovered. I haven't watched a lot of new things, but I've re-experienced older things. So I watched Barton Fink last night. The movie by the Coen Brothers. It's still real good. I still really recommend Barton Fink. It's a weird movie, and
Yeah,
it
this counts. Being reminded of a thing that's good enough.
yeah. Um, so I enjoyed that. I think the performances by John Turturro and John Goodman especially were quite good, and that it's just has such a weird, unsettling vibe, especially in the end of the. And
Yeah,
I
it is definitely a among the Coen brothers films, I think one of the weirder ones,
yeah.
which might really be saying something.
How about you?
I see Lazuli in chat shouting out a Rise and Fall of Peter Molyneux video essay by Kim Justice. I've heard, you know what? I've never seen any of Kim Justice's videos, but I've heard good things. This might be the day that I change that. Like, I might go look something up after the stream. I I've been watching some TV stuff that's been recommended to me. I got through Station 11 this week while coping with stuff. I'm gonna give it like a qualified recommendation. The content warning here that I will put down on Station 11 is that Station 11 is a 10 episode TV miniseries about civilization 20 years after a flu pandemic kind of apocalypsizes everything. And so if you are not in a place where you can deal with depiction of a pandemic causing an apocalypse right now, then I would say this is a good one to skip. A thing that I think is really interesting about it is that the book is it's based on a novel. And I've read a bit about about the sort of like the divergences it takes from the novel. There are some pretty significant differences, but the novel was written in 2014, but the TV show was made in 2021, like after the coronavirus pandemic had started. So it's interesting to see like the adaptation from a book about a pandemic written before something like that had happened to a thing that's being made with knowledge of like what it would look like, at least at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that it hit me pretty hard for some of those reasons. They got Hiro Murai and Jeremy Podeswa to direct a lot of it. And those are names that you might be familiar with, depending on the kinds of prestige television that you are into. Jeremy Podeswa, he did a bunch of several Boardwalk Empire episodes, a handful of Carnival. Like he's like one of those guys, right? He's in that circuit. And then Hiro Murai, of course, is responsible for directing like a pretty significant chunk of Atlanta.
Gosh, Atlanta is real good.
Atlanta is real good. Let's just throw that on the pile as well. If you've never watched the television series Atlanta, I would strongly recommend it. It's real rad. Stephanie shouting out Star Trek Lower Decks. Yeah, I've heard good things. An interesting talk on puzzle design by Elliot Grant. 30 puzzle design lessons. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. That's definitely in Amabel's wheelhouse specifically, so.
It is, yeah.
You have anything else you'd like to...
I'm trying to think what else I have to... I haven't been very mediaful lately, just because I've been working a lot on that. I'm playing Adventures of Lolo.
Yeah. Well, we do not. This stream does not endorse Adventures of Lolo. We do not recommend Adventures of Lolo here.
Oh yeah, I no. To be clear,
Take that, Lolo.
I I would love to play Adventures of Lolo on the stream, but I think you would hate it because most of them are kind of boring. I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. Like they're very old puzzles, right? And they're not the most developed for today's taste. He's a cute little guy and turns things into eggs and pushes them. That's pretty good. There's a little snake, and snakes are pretty good. Yeah. Lazuli says they've been doing a lot of walking to clear my head for an upcoming Big Tuesday. Pushing yourself to do a walk a day works wonders for mental health. I mean, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I need to definitely, partially just to get outside a little bit more, because I am definitely, I'm in like the vitamin D deficiency danger range, because like you really don't need a lot of vitamin D, but I literally will. I like none of the, if I have my way, none of the windows in the house are open. The blinds are all shut, and I won't go outside for 4 days at a time. So I do. It would probably be real good for me to do a little bit more walking, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, me too. There was a time, and you've heard this many times, but they haven't. There was a time a few years ago where I was walking 8 miles a day, and I felt really active, felt really good about myself, and then for reasons I'm not gonna get into, I had to stop doing that. And like, I miss that. I miss being able to do that. Andra's recommending the BBC adaptation of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I will second that recommendation.
Yeah, I've heard that's good.
With the caveat, I think they really kind of screwed the ending. But it is actually like really good, and the actor who plays the man with the thistledown hair, Mark something. Hang on. He's really good too. The man with the thistledown hair is played by. Give me the name. Give me what is on. What is? I'm sorry. This is very professional. Well, he's like Mark Warren.
Okay.
Mark Warren. And he also plays the villain in the adaptation, the TV adaptation of Hogfather, and does a really good job with that as well. Like really captures that character and his particular kind of menace. So I recommend both of those.
Okay, one more thing I'm gonna throw out there, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and sign off for the day. Is you know what's good? I'm kind of always listening to it. Like, I hit a streak of a couple episodes here and a couple episodes there. Sort of like in my active listening rotation. Behind the Bastards. Behind the Bastards is so good. At educating you about the Bastards. It's a podcast that's like the history of various people who are doing nefarious things in our current society. It is a good way to stay educated. It is a good way to sort of dispel some fear, I think, because like having a better understanding of like where is it that these messages are coming from? How is it that these people are getting famous? Whatever, like. It's hosted by a guy who has spent a lot of time doing sort of like research on the alt-right, and he was a prominent sort of journalist at the right moments at the right places. Yeah, so I would definitely Behind the Bastards. It's on YouTube. It's on your whatever your pod catcher of choice is. It's good.
I haven't heard that, but I've heard good things about it.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Andra's recommending Blowback, a really good, lightly comedic but mostly serious look at U.S. interventions overseas. Oof. I think there's I wonder if it's worse to listen to stuff like that as an American or as not an American, because like I could definitely see people who are not from here getting angry and like, they think they could just get away with anything, those Americans. But also, when you are an American and you're listening to shit like that, it's like, sometimes I feel like, I think about like the Death Star, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Death Star is a massive facility, and like there was a bunch of stormtroopers and a bunch of Darth Vaders and whatnot, your admirals, Mati, who are like really committed to the cause of the Empire, who are like way into the evil thing that was going on, right? But also, for that many soldiers living full time on the base, like there was a certain number of people there who were just like doing the laundry or cooks, right?
Yeah.
How did those people feel about Alderaan getting blown up? That's kind of what it feels like, I think, to be an American a lot of the time, where it's like all of this horrifying shit is being done sort of in our name, and we're down here in a place where we have no ability to affect any of it one way or the other, but it still feels like, I still feel like it's my fault. I still feel the guilt. So yeah, that makes stuff like that a challenging listen sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're going.
Okay.
That's going to be the end of the stream for today. Thank you all so much for watching, for hanging out with us, for checking out some of the games from that sort of potato sack period. That may not be the last one. Yeah, come back next time. You know, there's gonna be videos this week. I'm continuing to fight that dastardly robot Alfred. There's the things that I'm doing with Amabel. I am still against the storm. All of that stuff and more. There's some cool stuff coming up. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.
Bye. Yeah, I like to see more potato games.